I would now like to invite Mr. McCorkadale and Eva Ash to perform the National Anthem.
Please be seated. Apologies re the sound there, but I was up front and centre, and as always, Eva was outstanding. Round of applause for Eva, please. If I can call Bodie Reid and Eve Buman to the stand for our acknowledgement of country.
Good afternoon, Cronulla High School. What a wonderful day to celebrate our Year 12 cohort of 2023.
Eve and I are here this afternoon to share with you our very own Cronulla High School acknowledgement to country. We wrote this specifically for our school to represent what we hold special about our culture and how we see it fitting in seamlessly with our school and surrounding community.
Ngumbi. On behalf of the community of Cronulla High School, we use our voice to acknowledge the Gweagal people of the Darawal-speaking nation. We pay our respects to the elders of the past as they nurtured the Golden Mother Earth and the Sapphire Gamay Bay.
The ocean currents carried the seashells and ancient songlines from silver to gibbon, passing through Wonder and Shelley. Above us, the ancestors soar, with the seagulls instilling in us charity, humility, and dignity. We honour and respect the spiritual connection to our sacred country alongside our present and emerging elders, who we continue to share the value of First Nations culture.
This is, was, and always will be Aboriginal land. Thank you.
Woohoo indeed. Hello, I'm Joel Burnett, the former Deputy Principal, responsible for the motley crew we have before us today. I've spoken to many of you on the phone over the years, always ringing with good news. No one was ever concerned to hear my voice at the other end of the phone, which was always a lovely, lovely thing. I'm very grateful to be back today. I'm sure most of you got the message. I've left Cronulla High School and am now working down the coast at Dapto High School as the principal down there. But I'm incredibly grateful to be invited back today, to be able to spend the day with the students, but also the families who I've had so much to do with over the last 5 or 6 years. So thank you already this morning for making me feel so welcome, and it's good to be back. A few of the kids have sort of asked if I missed them. Not so much. Parents certainly miss some of you though, so it's good to be here and good to get amongst it. This is the, I believe, 4th year that we've run an outdoor graduation for Year 12. It's something that commenced in COVID times, 2020, and it's something that we've continued until this being the 4th and final instalment. As you probably noticed over the weekend, there were a few nervous people with the weather the way it was, and so it's likely, probable, that the hall will be finished in the next 12 months. Never say never. And so we'll be moving back into the hall for next year. The outdoor graduation ceremony is the brainchild of Mr. Tony Ibrahim, our principal, who we've been also fortunate to have at the helm for the last 17 years. Just before I welcome Tony to the stage to give his principal's address, I just want to acknowledge the wonderful impact he's had on the lives of so many people throughout the Cronulla community, from Kurnell through Cronulla and Woolooware and Caringbah, our Bundina and Mainbar families and students. The impact that he has had over those 17 years have been absolutely extraordinary. So as we call him to the stand, if we could have a big round of applause for Tony Ibrahim. Thank you.
A warm welcome back to Year 12, along with family and friends as we come together to celebrate the completion of your formal schooling. At the 2022 Year 12 graduation, I announced that this would be our last outdoor graduation, as the logistics, cost and praying for good weather were always a concern. However, we find ourselves here once again. The plan was to hold the graduation in the newly extended hall, but circumstances out of our control have seen a delay in the hall being completed and another outdoor graduation. I believe that I can comfortably say this time that this is our last outdoor graduation. I suppose I should say pending the hall extension ever being completed. Year 12, it only seems like yesterday when I met some of you for the first time, either during an out-of-area interview or when you started Year 7. I don't know where the time has gone, but to see you now all grown up into fine young men and women makes me extremely proud to have known you and your families. Everything we had been told before you all started in Year 7 led us to believe that we had a special group of students who could excel in all areas, be it in the classroom, on the sporting fields, in the creative and performing arts, or as leaders. We needed some of you to grow up and some of you to move on before we were able to see the potential that you all had as both individuals and as a group. Today is evidence of you having achieved that. I know both Mrs. Hill and Mr. Burnett are going to reminisce over the last 6 years, but I will just briefly talk about a couple things. The first is about the Year 10 recognition evening. This year group will go down in Cronulla High School's history as the only year group to celebrate their recognition evening at school. So let me set the scene. Term 4, Week 5, 2021. All the students had just returned from 4 months of lockdown. The rules and regulations around indoor events were many and complicated, such as all students had to be vaccinated, and if under a certain age, a parent had to also be at the venue, etc. So we had two options, either cancel the event or think outside the box. We decided to hold it at school because the rules and regulations at that time sort of allowed us to. We thought Year 10 would fully understand and just be appreciative that we were still able to hold such an event for them. Well, how wrong were we? We drew short straws and it ended up being Mr. Burnett announcing to the year group that recognition would still be going ahead but would be held at school. The looks of joy and excitement on their faces quickly changed. We tried to reassure them and told them to trust us. We deliberately did not tell them what we had planned because we wanted it to be a surprise. But I tell you, if looks could kill, then Mr. Burnett, Mrs. Hill and I were dead at that assembly. For days, various groups of students, mainly girls, were in Mr. Burnett's office complaining, and the large group led by Jade Oliver, Lenny Watson and Indy Chai Sleeman and friends were quick to say they were boycotting the event. However, that group of girls eventually decided to attend as I think FOMO, the fear of missing out set in. They kept wanting more details, but again we decided not to say too much, other than things we knew that would annoy them, such as that we would be setting up the HSC exam desks for them to eat at, that they would have to sit in their roll call classes and not with their friends, and that the girls couldn't wear high heels because it would destroy the basketball courts. Even when the large outdoor gazebo was being erected in the quad, we had them believing that it was purely for the presentation assembly. The recognition evening proved to be an enormous success and left the students with wonderful memories. I have to say, in my 33 years of teaching, it was the best Year 10 or 12 event I have ever attended. Even though it was a logistical nightmare, and at the time we copped a lot of flack over it from both students and parents, and the fact that I'm still paying it off, it was certainly worth it, especially after such a tough year for everyone. The second memory is about everything but a bag day. I know that you don't often see me as annoyed as I was that Thursday morning, but I have to be honest with you, I did find it very funny. Some of the items that were brought to school instead of a bag were hilarious, such as the microwave oven, numerous eskies, a golf bag, a kayak, and a shopping basket, just to mention a few. It was even funnier watching students scatter once they had heard I was on the warpath, trying to hide what they had brought. There were students hiding in the toilets, in classrooms, and under demountables. But if there was a prize to be given for the day, then that would have to go to Kai Gibbs, who brought his baby sister to school after allegedly convincing his mother that it was bring a younger sibling to school day. Kai was obviously still suffering from a major head knock from the weekend. Now, as I do this time every year, I would like all Year 12 to please stand. Now that you are standing, I would like you to firstly look over at your family and friends and then look around at your teachers. While you are doing this, I want you to think about these two groups of people and the influence they have had on your life and the partnership they have formed that has supported you, encouraged you, laughed and at times even cried with you, been there for you during both the good and bad times, kicked you in the backside when needed, and put up with you through this whole process. It is for all these reasons and more, Year 12, that you should now give these people a round of applause to show your appreciation for getting you here today. Thank you, Year 12. Take a seat. For some, this journey has been a fairly smooth one, while for others, it has been much more of a bumpy ride. At times, some have lost the motivation to go on or forgotten why they decided to accept the challenge of undertaking and completing the high school certificate. However, you have all made it. Some will measure their success by the result they will receive in late December, or by the course they are accepted into at university, TAFE, or even the job they undertake next year. While for others, success is simply the fact that they have achieved the goal of attaining a high school certificate. Whatever the reason, you have all made it, and that is something can never be taken away from you. Well done. There are many exceptional young men and women among you. Many of you have been terrific role models for the other students in the school, and you will all become outstanding citizens in our society. Over the last 6 years, I've been very fortunate to witness most of these students grow into fine young men and women. Over the years, it has been an absolute pleasure to read the amazing reports of some of our outstanding students, such as Josephine Burt, Sophie Burke, Lily Brown, Ella Butchie, Alana Etzel, Caden Field, Riley Fowler, Alexander Gorn, Ruby Glenn, Max Goyen, Alexa Marshall, Zane Martin, Charlie Mooney, Jai Morgan, Shelley Morton, Jade Oliver, Spiros Papadopoulos, Tiana Philpott, Jasmine Ranabad, Alexander Robinson, Philomena Sakamoto, Kai Spencer, Braden Ward, Meg West, Sienna Wiggins, and Natasha Zimmern, just to mention a few. I would like to thank some of our very talented sports people who have represented the school at various levels over a number of years. Lachlan Ball, Kai Beasley, Curtis Bramley, Caden Field, Riley Fowler, Kai Gibbs, Cooper Higgins, Talia Ingram, Chrissy Canagaiser, Indiana Mannion, Jordan McAllister, Lauren Mackay, Cruz McKee, Matilda McParland, Elle Mercer, Kurt Montgomery, Joshua Simpson, Kai Spencer, Sarah Stanley Jones, Hayden Roberts, Braden Ward, Taj Wicks and Ava Williams. All will leave big holes in the sporting area. To observe the creative talents of some of our visual arts students, such as Tatum Roxburgh and Lily Brown, was amazing. Eva Ash, Claudia Baderick, Alyssa Garay and Eva Oslands impressed us with their drama performances. Our talented dancing queens, Elise Atfield, Olivia Dresser, Charlie Hunter and Billy Powell, who all had at least 2 of their HSC major performances nominated for Callback 2023, was wonderful recognition for their amazing talents and hard work. We've been very fortunate to have been entertained by the musical talents of Eva Ash, Matilda Coots, Max Goyen, Max Lawrence, Shelley Morton and Luke Romain. The production of school events from our entertainment vet class has certainly continued to improve because of the work and commitment of students such as Tia Cook, Matilda Coots, Kai Elliott, Shelley Morton and Sienna Wiggins. The culinary delights of our hospitality students such as Charlotte McGilvray, Indy Chai Sleeman and Amara Powditch were delicious. I was always amazed by the creative and technological talents of our multimedia students such as Kai Elliott, Ava Stevens and Harrison Brady, as well as Nelson Zen, who has had his major work nominated for Intech. The creativity and work that went into the design and technology major works had to be seen to be believed. Well done to Amber McPherson and Sarah Stanley Jones, who both had their design and technology major works nominated for SHAPE 2023. There are many others who I also could have mentioned who have just gone quietly about doing their work week in and week out, always giving their best. These few examples show that Cronulla High School has served you well and equipped you with the necessary knowledge, skills, experience and values to meet any opportunities and challenges that may lay ahead. I can assure you that these challenges will be many and varied. Society and the world are constantly changing and you have to be prepared to change with it. All this will mean a life of ongoing challenges, learning, opportunities, taking risks, and at times uncertainty. In the same way that I feel Cronulla High has served you well, I also believe that over the years you have served Cronulla High School well in the way you have applied yourselves to your studies, participated in various activities, and done much to enhance the reputation of the school in the community. For this, we thank you and we are very proud of you. Thanks and congratulations must also go to our school captains, Alexa Marshall and Max Goyen, our vice captains, Jasmine Ranabat and Kai Spencer, for the work they have done leading the prefects and the rest of the school body. Both Mr. Burnett and I have thoroughly enjoyed working with all of you, and we would constantly look at one another and shake our heads at your maturity, thoughtfulness, confidence and poise. You have also left the school a legacy with the Do It for Dolly colour walk. You all were terrific ambassadors and filled your duties and responsibilities very well. Special thanks too to Mrs. Kirsten Hill, who has been your year advisor over the last 6 years of high school and has supported, guided, led and nurtured you over this time. There are supposed to be some flowers for you, Miss Hill. I'm not sure where they are. Today sees the end of 12 consecutive years as year advisor for Mrs. Hill. An amazing achievement and commitment, and all done with a big smile through both the good times and bad times. Thanks, Kirsten. Thanks also to Mr. Wade Kelly, Miss Ann Barber, and Miss Kate Hollywood, who have been your assistant year advisors over the years. Year 12 have been very fortunate to have had these people with you through this significant time in your lives. Special thanks also to your Deputy Principal, or should I say, Principal Joel Burnett. Along with Mrs. Hill, Joel has helped to mould all these students into a great year group. Joel has a special way of developing a really nice rapport with both his students and their families. I know our students are better off for having that experience. And now he has the opportunity to spread some of that magic elsewhere. One of my favourite actors comedians is the late and great Robin Williams. I enjoy binge watching a number of his movies. One of his greats is Dead Poets Society. If you're not familiar with the movie, in short, it tells the story of an English teacher who inspires his students through the unique way he teaches poetry. The film contains many memorable quotes and scenes, one of which I have used at a previous graduation several years ago. This is a different scene that I believe is equally apt for today's occasion.
Words and language. No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world. Now, see that look in Mr. Pitt's eye? Like 19th century literature has nothing to do with going to business school or medical school, right? Maybe. Mr. Hopkins, you may agree with him, thinking, yes, we should simply study our Mr. Pritchard and learn our rhyme and meter and go quietly about the business of achieving other ambitions. A little secret for you. Huddle up. Huddle up! We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. To quote from Whitman, "O me, O life of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, what good amid these, O me, O life?" Answer, that you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?
As Robin Williams quotes, life is the powerful play that goes on and you may contribute a verse. Whilst he is specifically referring to poetry, I would like to think that everything you have learned and experienced during your time at Cronulla High School has equipped you with the skills and confidence to go out there, contribute to society and make your mark on the world. In the years ahead, I certainly anticipate hearing and seeing what your verse will be. Year 12 it has certainly been a privilege and a pleasure. We all wish you all the best in your future endeavours. I know you will all continue to make us proud. It has always occurred to me that graduating from high school is, in many ways, like leaving home. It is a bittersweet occasion as you move from one phase of your life to the next, as you say goodbye to being a teenager and take the next step towards adulthood. I would like to leave you with this final clip, which reminds me of the mixed emotions of this moment.
Thanks, guys.
Look, Mommy, they're all playing together.
Come on, let's get some lunch.
So long, partner. Oh, hey, Buzz, you left me with Mommy's toys here. Come here, you can get
Once again, congratulations, Year 12. Thank you.
I would like to now introduce the incoming 2024 school captains, Emily Aitken and Christian Katsikas.
Good afternoon, family members, friends, staff, and finally the Cronulla High School graduates for 2023. My name is Emily and this is Christian, and we are the incoming school captains for 2024. We would like to extend our gratitude to everyone who has come today to recognise and celebrate the milestone that Year 12 has achieved. We are all incredibly proud of them, as we know you are. Reflecting back on 2023, the Year 12 cohort organised a colour run, barbecue and concert for every member of the school to participate in, and it was a huge success. Students and teachers enjoyed the afternoon out of classrooms and in the fresh air. The event raised money for the charity organisation Do It for Dolly, which aims to address the impact of bullying, anxiety and depression, and with the success of this year's event, it certainly won't be the last. Year 12's work ethic and dedication to their academics over the past year is something that will have a lasting effect on our school community. The examples they've set can be seen from recent announcements on assembly of trial HSC results, attitudes to study periods in the library, willingness to assist others, and the vast sea of CHS students in Cronulla Library hitting the books. The diligence, motivation and enthusiasm Year 12 consistently displayed with every school milestone has been incredibly inspiring, and we commend you on this achievement.
This group is one that will be greatly missed, bringing smiles to the faces of Cronulla High School's community. We would like to thank you as you have paved the way for success of all Cronulla High School students through your role modelling and leadership in the last year, and for this we could never be prouder. To Alexa and Max, we'd like to thank you for your successful leadership in upholding the school values of charity, humility and dignity, and standing as an inspiration to all members of our school community. We are honoured to follow on from you and to continue the virtues you consistently displayed throughout your leadership. We would also like to extend this appreciation to the entirety of the outgoing leadership team and thank you for your successful and consistent dedication to your roles. As your final year of high school comes to an end, we wish the best of luck with your future endeavours and we congratulate you on your achievement of finishing Year 12. Your tireless efforts throughout your high school career did not go unnoticed and will set the standards as you enter the next phase of your life. In whatever you choose to undertake, we know that you will continue to grow as individuals, learning valuable lessons, seizing new opportunities, and achieving greater heights. So on behalf of the Cronulla High School community, thank you and good luck.
Thank you to Christian and Emily. They've had some wonderful role models to look up to in Max and Alexa. But sometimes leadership takes on different forms. Sometimes leaders aren't elected, they're born into a role. Mr. Ibrahim spoke earlier of words and ideas. And Year 12 had an idea. The ties versus no ties. And there could only be one winner. Kai Gibbs grabbed a double. Might have bagged one myself. And we got the job done. The no ties. To their spiritual leader, Harrison Brady, come to the stage.
I wasn't expecting this. This is all off the top of the head. So I'd just like to thank everyone for supporting all throughout the year. It was a beautiful tournament, beautiful competition. One of the highlights of my life, really. But I'd like to thank all the boys that played alongside me, turned up every lunch. You know, everyone gave it their all. To all the teachers for supporting us, coming out. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for an amazing season. And
Sponsors. Don't forget your sponsors.
Thanks to all the sponsors. You know, really helps fund the game. Just help us out. But yeah, go the no ties, and thank you very much.
Well done, Harry. Threw you well and truly under the bus there, mate, but you rose the occasion as I knew you would. Next, we're spoilt to have our Year 12 music class split into two who are going to perform for us. It's one of the highlights of our graduation assembly, as some of our most talented musicians who we've been blessed to listen to and to have perform over the last 6 years are about to give their last two performances. So put your hands together.
for you. Don't change a thing for me. Don't change for you. Don't change a thing for me. Where it began, I can't begin to know when, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who would have known we'd come along? Hands touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never would, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. Burden runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? One, touching one, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never would. Oh, no, no. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never would. No, no, no. Sorry, the guitar was out of tune.
Thank you, Year 12 Music. I would now like to welcome Miss Kirsten Hill to the stage.
Good afternoon, Mr Ibrahim, Mr Burnett, teachers, proud parents and friends. It's an honour to stand here today farewelling our Year 12 students of 2023. This moment has been a journey for us all. Lots of hard work, resilience, lasting memories and significant milestones that has brought us to this final point of our graduation. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for their efforts in getting today organised, including the Kappa staff, GAs, Lisa and the office staff, particularly Belinda Kelly, Kate Hollywood, and finally Tony and Joel, who eventually agreed to hold one more ceremony on the Oval. Today, Year 12 marks a celebration signifying the conclusion of your 13-year journey. As we say goodbye, it's not just to you, our students, but also to the parents and families who have been an integral part of our school community for the past 6 years. Throughout this time, we've had the privilege of witnessing your remarkable transformation into confident and capable young adults as you have tackled the challenges you had faced over the years. Our year group has been unique and is often thought of by other teachers with fond memories. So let's take a look at your years at Cronulla High School. We are the first and possibly the last year group to go through so many year advisors. We started off in Year 7 with Mr Kelly, who then left us to take on his own year group. Miss Barber then came on board in Year 9, with Miss Davies taking us on in Year 10, leaving to move away. Finally, we were lucky enough to have Miss Hollywood to see out your senior years. They have all helped to shape your success, and I thank them for all their amazing help and assistance. Our high school journey began with a swift start as we embarked on the Year 7 camp just a few days into the school year. It was safe to say that many of you were more than just nervous is an understatement. We set a record as the first year group to witness a notable number of students leaving camp due to homesickness. Complaints about the food also marked our time there, accumulating in a rather soggy afternoon right before we boarded the bus to leave. Notably, an ambulance had to be called to the camp after a fall occurred. Year 8 Rewards Day at Jamboree was an occasion that truly united our year group, where lasting friendships were solidified. Yet what sets this year apart was the unforgettable memory of a student who decided to seize the moment and embark on an uninspected tractor ride. The COVID years of 9 and 10 swiftly passed by, and in some respects, Mr Burnett and I found ourselves grateful for that. Year 9, known for its unique challenges, proved to be no exception, and you all lived up to the reputation. It was undoubtedly a challenging year, marked by a few departures, but we persevered. In Year 10, a unique transformation occurred. Mr Burnett, our esteemed leader, began to sport his first few strands of grey hair. His encounters with me in the playground became moments of contemplation as he would shake his head and offer comments about how lucky we were with this particular year group. The true nature of this remark, whether a testament to our group's distinctiveness or a hint of something else, remained a perpetual question mark. We were the first and final year group to hold our recognition evening on the school grounds. Can now proudly call it resounding success. The huge marquee graced the quad, your own peer student band playing as you entered, a memorising display of fairy lights, and the customary presentation of traditional awards. It's safe to say it was an undeniable success. I still remember the initial grumblings when we were informed you about this change due to COVID. The chorus of, "Oh my God, miss," and "Sir, so unfair," went on. But by the end of the evening, both students and staff had an unforgettable, incredible time. Although we were the first year group to miss out on the traditional Stowe trip due to COVID, the Year 11 camp more than compensated for it. Witnessing all our students having a fantastic time throughout the day was a highlight. Among the activities, archery tag stood out as a crowd favourite, resulting in countless shots connecting, which inevitably led to a fair share of bruises. Another standout moment was when I collected and transported 93 pizzas back to camp. I believe my car still carries a faint aroma. While this camp is filled with treasured memories, the standout moment had to be the legendary pillow fight. It was evident that it was an event that united the entire year group, to the extent that Mr Cherry humorously noted upon his arrival that it was the only event he'd ever been to where everyone left just as he arrived. The camp certainly brought the year closer, even having their own chant.
We are the best!
Says a lot. In Year 11 and 12, we witnessed a significant increase in students making their way to the admin staff room. Whether they were seeking advice, simply enjoying some downtime, or strategically avoiding STAR, the room saw a continuous flow of students. Mr. Paddy, Mr. Sheldon and I have felt a very quiet void since you have not been around. In our Year 12 journey, we continued to embrace new experiences and create lasting memories. It was during this pivotal year that our year truly united, demonstrating our commitment to positive change. Notably, we organised and successfully executed the Do It for Dolly event, a remarkable achievement that speaks to the dedication and excellence of each one of you. From the engaging activities that enriched the entire school to the unforgettable Battle of the Bands featuring Nirvana, your collective efforts left a lasting mark, and you should all take immense pride in this accomplishment. You hold the distinction of being the first year group to engage in the intense daily lunchtime soccer matches with the ties against no ties teams. These matches were marked by an intensity that lit up every lunch. In a fitting finale during the last week of school, we even hosted a grand final. The grand final ceremony commenced with the Australian anthem and finished with a series of remarkable speeches. You also happened to be the inaugural year group to accumulate their final day of school with the hike to Audley, a location that the students' eyes seemed to be in the middle of nowhere. It was yet another triumph, leaving us with fond memories. The treasure hunt brought out the competitive spirit in everyone, and some students found themselves remarkably confused by a seemingly straightforward clue. Moreover, it marked the last occasion for me to witness a student consume such copious amounts of food, a truly amazing sight. Having been your year advisor for many remarkable years, I want to express that this year group, my final one, holds a very special place in my heart. Although it saddens me to say goodbye, I couldn't be prouder of each one of you. The choices before you are endless, whether it's pursuing higher education with early university acceptances, entering the workforce, embarking on travels or embracing apprenticeships, are all commendable. No matter the path you have chosen, you carry the foundation needed for future success. Witnessing your growth and transformation into the exceptional young adults you have become has been an immense privilege and an experience I will always treasure. You leave Cronulla High today and step into the boundless possibilities of the future. Carry with you the friendships you have formed and the memories that have made you who you are today. So, congratulations Year 12, the class of 2023. It has been my privilege to be your year advisor, and I wish you every success for the future. Thank you.
Big thanks to Mrs. Hill, who has been with the students through thick and thin all the way since Year 6 as they transition into high school until the very end. So a big thanks to Mrs. Hill. I know speaking in front of a large audience is more my thing than hers, so congratulations today. It's time to throw over to the students a little bit in terms of a couple of speeches. I was going to say some nice things about Max, but oh boy, I hadn't seen that before. That was really good. Oh dear. Okay, so look, Max and Alexa have been our school captains for the past 12 months. They have led the school with absolute dignity. They were both absolutely fantastic leaders throughout their entire time. They performed 12 months ago at the Remembrance Day service up at Cronulla, and I remember speaking with Mr. Ibrahim afterwards and commenting on the way that they both spoke just so clearly and with such poise. I've worked a lot with Max and Alexa over the last 12 months on various different things, but one thing is certainly around their leadership, and that we've got to know when to be prepared and when to be flexible. And they've both really embraced that. Be prepared when you know that Mr. Burnett's not organising the event, and be flexible when Mr. Burnett is organising the event. They've both risen to that. They've made me look very good over the last 12 months. Over to Max and Alexa.
Thank you. Good afternoon, parents, teachers, friends and family, and most importantly, Year 12. It brings Max and I great pleasure to stand before you today to celebrate the class of 2023. And we are honoured to be able to recognise the successes of our peers as they graduate. Before we turn the page onto the next chapter of our lives, we want to take a moment to reflect upon the journey our cohort has experienced over the past 6 years at Cronulla High School, where we believe we have all grown as individuals. In saying this, first and foremost, we would like to recognise the people who supported our year group in being able to reach this milestone. On behalf of Year 12, Max and I would like to extend our utmost gratitude and appreciation to all our teachers, whose unwavering support has been the cornerstone of our academic journey over the past 6 years. Without your guidance, our ability to persevere through the challenges of high school would have been nearly impossible, and as individuals, we would not be who we are today. As such, we are immensely grateful for your dedication, encouragement, and advice, enabling us to succeed in all areas of our lives.
I cut my hair in hopes I was unrecognisable from that video. Alongside this, we would like to thank our year advisor, Miss Hill, who courageously undertook the 6-year role in organising and leading us through our high school journey. Whilst we know we've definitely brought you moments of high stress and anxiety, your commitment to support our year is something we'll forever be grateful for and has not gone unnoticed. We extend this gratitude to our deputy, Joel Burnett. It is without doubt that your approachability and humour have been a source of comfort for us all throughout these past 4 years. Never once have you shut the door on us, making it known your office was an environment of trust and support. It is with this that we can say you have truly been a source of light in our lives. And without you, we will definitely not be here today. The same goes for Mr. Ibrahim, whose leadership has been a catalyst for all our successes. We would like to thank you for your continued guidance, advice, and orchestration of our school throughout the last 6 years, enabling us the chance to undertake opportunities granted to us in our schooling experience. This supporting us all as individuals, enabling us to become our best selves.
In continuing with this expression of our appreciation, Max and I can both attest to the fact we never would have been able to reach this point in our lives without our unsung heroes, our parents. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to all the parents and carers here today. Max and I acknowledge that families come in all different shapes and sizes, but it is known amongst us all that without the guidance and love provided by the family members present with us today, the Year 12 graduates you see in front of you would not have become the young adults they are now. Since kindergarten, you have stood behind us, instilling in us words of encouragement and support which have formed the foundation of the paths which we have taken, and thus paved the way for many of our successes. And for that, we say thank you. Finally, to our peers, to Year 12. As we join together today, it seems as if this moment is something we have all longed for since 2011, idolising the idea of being a grown-up. We yearn to be older, to be taller, to be stronger, wiser, and free to be able to do as we please. We dreamt for the moment in which pens down would be said in our final HSC exams, imagining the weight of our high schooling career lifting off our shoulders and the relief which would thus follow. Yet, what we didn't realise was how fast we were growing up, and somehow the past 13 years have seemed to fly by. Years of waiting for today turned into months, months into weeks, weeks into days, days which have now come to an end. But as we look back and reflect upon our past, we can truly say that the growing up we did was incredible.
It is not to say this experience has come with its unforeseen challenges. We went through all sorts of ups and downs throughout our formative years, from experiencing the uncertainty of COVID lockdowns and bushfires to Mr. Cherry's stress-inducing talks and construction during exams. We have faced adversity together. Yet through it all, We remained resilient, coming together to persist through challenges and make it to the end. A major contributor to this is, as individuals, each of you have demonstrated admirable characteristics that have formed a valuable part of the culture that our cohort has created. These attributes are something each of us has been able to learn from, and a quality we can carry with us as we continue into adulthood. Taking a holistic perspective, what makes our cohort special is our spirit. Looking back on our senior schooling experience, it is evident that as we dawned on the threatening HSE and its long road to completion, we quickly formed a unique bond that would set us apart from other year groups. Together, we found laughter and joy in times of high stress and anxiety and built new relationships and friendships which would enable us to succeed, knowing that success looks differently for everybody. It is this which formed the foundation of a truly beautiful team spirit, one which would foster a sense of determination and perseverance in us all as we journey to the last stop. However, at the end of the day, this final moment is only the surface of what everyone here can see. After all, each individual here today has a story compiled of memories, experiences, tears, losses, and wins, which has enabled them to walk across this stage as the graduates of the class of 2023. Alexa and I are beyond proud to have been able to witness the culmination of each of your stories which have led you to this moment. We wish you all the best of luck as you continue to fill in the blank pages which lay ahead.
So, as we close this chapter of our high school career and take our first steps into our divergent paths, we cherish the moments which we experienced together and carry with us the invaluable lessons and relationships forged within the grounds of Cronulla High School. For our final words as captains, we want to tell you that wherever you go, go with all your heart. Remember that you will always be able to overcome and learn a lesson from every challenge you encounter. Remember to have faith in yourself and know that you are capable of achieving whatever you desire. Remember to be kind, remember to be courageous, and finally, remember to always be proud of yourself and everything you have accomplished, for everyone around you is and forever will be. Once again, thank you for joining us here today, and congratulations to the Cronulla High School class of 2023. Thank you.
As always, Max and Alexa have absolutely nailed it. It's just a coincidence there's something in the corner of my eye. I'd like to throw over next to our vice captains, and we've been really, really fortunate in our particular year group, 2023 HSE class, that we've really had 4 captains, if not 14 captains, with a wonderful, wonderful prefect body who've met regularly and have pulled off wonderful events across the school. Most notably, the colour run or colour walk has become a real legacy that this year group will leave behind. It was the brainchild of Jasmine Ranabat, but it was a team effort to put it together, and it was a really, really fantastic day and a really inclusive day at Cronulla High School. So a big thanks to them. I will throw over to our vice captains, the wonderful Jasmine Ranabat and Kai Spencer.
Good afternoon, faculty, parents and friends, and above all to the graduating class of 2023. Today marks a day of celebration, reflection and deep gratitude as we gather here today to acknowledge the bittersweet ending of our high school journey. Over the past 6 years together, we have shared the highs and lows that the wonderful Cronulla High School has had to offer. We've had 2 lockdowns, 4 different deputy principals, 1 cancelled snow trip, and have shifted from sitting between yellow lines to white lines. Looking back, it's pretty clear that we've learned a lot. We've learned the power of perseverance, the value of collaboration, and the importance of embracing change. We've learned that success isn't about how many times you fall down, but about how many times you get back up. The lessons that are most memorable, however, are those of which we've learned the hard way, like how to finish an entire depth study the night before it's due, or how to make the whole school smell like vomit in a single chemistry prac.
Now, what would we be without our teachers who have guided us along the way? To those who know Mr. Paddy, love him, and our 10 pass class loved him even more. This was because we would play choik ball, whilst Mr. Sheldon's class would run laps. Don't worry though, Mr. Sheldon has assured us that sport will continue as normal when we are gone. To Mr. Paddy, the knock-on effect New South Wales Cup Grand Final referee. Some advice for you. Don't worry. You might have a shot at the actual NRL Grand Final next year. Sorry, I love you, Mr. Paddy. And of course, we all know our one and only Mr. Tony Ibrahim, who strikes fear into the soul of students and construction workers alike. To the class of 2023, he is our cuddly Care Bear, unless he loses his gold bracelet. Then he's both an emotional wreck and a ticking time bomb. Shout out to the kid who found his bracelet in the garden. Whose needy nagging will take up your time now that we're gone, sir? Also, thanks for being considerate and starting the construction right as we're leaving so we can't use the new facilities. Although we've had our moments, all jokes aside, we are forever grateful for your compassion and kindness in leading us all.
Speaking of teachers, I'll never forget walking into my first science class with Mr. Hodkinson in Year 8, unbeknownst to the fact that we would be stuck together for 5 years. He made quite a memorable first impression when he played a video of a whale exploding with no context and proceeded to laugh at our 13-year-old faces as we stared back at him in shock and horror. Although I don't remember what we were supposed to be learning that day, it's moments like these that stick with us and becomes the stories we share as we grow older. And our Year 12 chemistry class did get him back this year with an unflattering life-sized cardboard cutout of him that's stuck in the science staff room forevermore. So let's take this moment to appreciate our teachers who've managed to keep a straight face while we've asked questions like, is this going to be in the exam? Or shared something unnecessarily personal about our lives. You've shaped our minds, challenged our thinking, and occasionally made us question our life decisions. Thank you for your unwavering patience.
I know I was told not to spend too much time on the ones we've lost along the way, but who can forget Jacob Sant? Legend has it that he is now driving tractors statewide for his very own company. He actually mowed the lawn for us today. Now let's go back to Year 11 camp. Well, that was one for the yearbooks. From canoeing to archery to escape rooms to pillow fights. Yes, Fight Club was the highlight of our experience, starting off with a rivalry between Mitchell Nolan and his neighbours, eventually evolving into a whole grade event. This was no ordinary night. Mitch was nicknamed Mr. 5 Fights, 1 Night, with his incredible performance. However, controversy struck when he fought Pedro, and to this day, we still do not have a clear winner. Then along came Hayden Roberts. I know it wasn't just him who attempted to hurt that poor table, but it was Hayden who brought it down with a WWE table back slam. He then attempted to hide it under the building. Seriously, Hayden, you couldn't have picked a better spot to put it.
Certain people, not naming any names, left the athletics carnival to go on a Macca's run. Others tried to go home. Now, I don't believe in karma, but far out, when they backed into that pole, it made me second guess myself. Mr. Kelly was on the receiving end of Meg West's bad day, all day. Speaking of bad days, does anyone else remember when Elise Atfield broke Miss Barber's nose? And when Miss Barber returned the favour to Ruby Glenn? It's okay. She didn't tell her parents, right? On the trend of really bad days, Duke of Ed might have been the closest to death I've ever felt. Each year, a PE teacher would volunteer as tribute and return with a busload of traumatised children. What once began with 90 in our cohort during bronze it ended with only 9 in gold. From Philomena setting fire to a tent, Lewis Watt's blinding laser pointer, and Shelley Morton losing her soul, it was a wild ride. An honourable veteran, Natasha Zimmern, overcame more than just being chased by bush turkeys, having been electrocuted by a cow fence, swallowed by a sinkhole, overdosed on water purification tablets, and had a seizure on a rock, yet somehow, despite all odds, made it to the final 9. What's everyone else's excuse?
And of course, who could forget the local derby, Ties vs No Ties Soccer League. That was the most intense season of soccer I had ever experienced, with players destined for greatness. We had a scout, Steve Dawes.545 from Manchester City, commenting on our video, wanting to poach none other than the prodigy himself, Harrison Brady. The video titled Captain Beef between Jude and Harry will never be forgotten, with over 100,000 views. Yes, 100,000 views and a boisterous brawl. It pains me to say it, but the No Ties won the final. Still a controversial win nonetheless, as Bend It Like Burnett wasn't on the team sheet. Going back to year 10, I would like to thank everyone that contributed to the recognition evening. We have to give it to them. They did a really good job when we definitely doubted them.
I distinctly remember the guy who emceed that night. Can't quite remember who it was, but he was horrible. Didn't he scam Blake Moon from Best Dressed and then give it to Micah? That same kid said he needed to get his beauty sleep instead of writing this speech.
Anyway, can anyone else remember when Spiros lost odds and had to ask Miss Barber to dance? Well, I do, as he showed off his silky dance moves, stealing not only the attention of all around him, but the hearts of many. I also remember the commotion at the doors as Mr. Burnett was carried in like a king into the hall. That looked like the most fun he had had in ages. As we relive the memories of our high school years, it is important to recognise those that have cheered us on every step of the way. Jasmine and I would like to extend our sincerest gratitude to all the parents out there. Your selfless love and sacrifice have been the cornerstones of our lives, and we are forever indebted to you for showing us what it means to be kind, compassionate individuals. To our beautiful friends, thank you. We've got to go our own ways now, and that will be the hardest challenge to face it all.
Finally, we'd like to thank all the teachers, mentors, and peers who have made our time at Cronulla High School memorable. As we stand here today, on the cusp of a new beginning, let us not forget the journey that brought us here. We've weathered storms, celebrated victories, and grown in ways we could never have imagined. Congratulations to each and every one of you. May the journey ahead be filled with endless possibilities. Thank you.
One last thing. If you guys voted for me, you probably only did so I could bring back the cookies. Trust me, I have tried many times. Today, I still want to be true to my word, so sit back and enjoy the cookies I got for you today. They're not the same ones, I'm very sorry, but they'll have to suffice for now. There are nut and gluten-free cookies as well, so just yell out if you need some of those, and don't take all of them so everyone else can have some. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and enjoy your cookies. We're now coming to the presentation of the certificates and portfolios for Year 12. So we will call you up to the stage and you will receive your certificates. Okay, I think we're ready now, maybe. All right, Leah Adams. Please hold your applause until the end. Schnell Andelum, diligence in community and family studies and diligence in English standard. That stairs a bit dodgy. That stairs a bit funny. Summer Anderson. Indiana Anthony, first in community and family studies. Eva Ash. Elise Atfield, first in dance, diligence in English standard. Mitchell Backhouse, diligence in construction vet, diligence in sport, lifestyle and recreation. Claudia Badarak, first in ancient history, first in drama, diligence in history. Lachlan Ball, diligence in modern history. Kai Beasley, diligence in English studies, diligence in industrial technology, timber and furniture. Jamie Beckig. Coulter Bennett. Josephine Burt. Jessica Blisserton. Alessandra Bold, Duke of Edinburgh Silver Award. Grace Boxtor. Sophie Burke, diligence in ancient history, diligence in society and culture. Harrison Brady, first in industrial technology multimedia. And diligence in mathematics standard. Curtis Bramley. Luke Brennan. Abby Bridge. Jude Bridgewater. Megan Bright, diligence in business studies. Lily Brown, diligence in English standard, diligence in food technology and diligence in visual arts. Ella Butchie, first in design and technology. Rocco Candico. So close. Charlotte Clifton. Charlie Cole. Indiana Collis. Tia Cook, Diligence in Music Course 1. Matthew Cook. Matilda Coots, Diligence in Mathematics Standard. Thomas Cox, Diligence in Physics. Layla Cullen. Noah Cunningham. Lucas Kura, Diligence in Japanese Continuous. Isabella Day. Jessica Dean. Aaron Dennett. Isabella Dietrich Cullen. Gemma Doyle. Madison Doyle. Olivia Dressier, Diligence in Mathematics Standard. Kai Elliott, Diligence in Industrial Technology Multimedia. Alana Etzel. Maya Farina Van Wurst. No, that's later. Maya. Found it. Nash Fenton. Caden Field, first in Maths Advanced, first in PDHPE, Diligence in Business Studies. Aidan Fielder. William Fisher. Riley Fowler, first in Geography. Alyssa Garay, Diligence in Drama. Alexander Gorn, first in Earth and Environmental Science, Diligence in Geography. Kai Gibbs. Ruby Glenn. Talia Gofford. Ida Godvic Dobson, Diligence in Society and Culture. Max Goyen, first in Music Course 1, Diligence in Economics, and Sutherland Principals Recommendation Scholarship. Richard Greats. Tan Guthrie. Erin Hadzanikakadis. I always say it wrong. I tried. Chloe Hanslow. Taj Hawkins. Eli Haynes Lovell. Cooper Higgins. Kaylin Hoban. Charlie Hunter. Dillard Ibbenson. Talia Ingram. Lara Jeffrey. Christy Cannengeiser. Aidan Kavanagh. Sam Kwan. Flora Nolka. Tanisha Kosh. Muau Kohu. Max Lawrence. Emily Leck. Can you please join me in congratulating those students on receiving their awards? Maya Lee, first in Japanese Continuous. Morgan Lee. Micah Lutzinger, diligence in engineering studies. Millie Macker. Charlotte McGilray, first in hospitality vet. Indiana Mannon. Alexa Marshall, first in business studies, diligence in legal studies and diligence in PDHPE. Zane Martin, first in physics, diligence in chemistry, diligence in mathematics extension 2. Alexander Martinez Munro. Bailey Matheson, diligence in mathematics standard. Jordan McAllister, diligence in biology. Lauren McKay, first in sport, lifestyle and recreation. Cruz McKee. Matilda McFarlane, for diligence in mathematics advanced. Amber McPherson. Elle Mercer. Kurt Montgomery. Charlie Mooney, first in construction vet, first in mathematics standard. Jai Morgan, diligence in legal studies. Shelley Morton, diligence in English advanced, diligence in entertainment vet and diligence in legal studies. Mitchell Nolan. Jade Oliver. Jade had diligence in advanced English, food tech and diligence in PDH. Eva Oslands. Tiana Page, diligence in mathematics standard. Anya Pandeleas. Spiros Papadakis, first in chemistry, first in economics, first in mathematics extension 1, first in mathematics extension 2, and Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award. Please join me in congratulating those students. Liam Pavancelli. Mitchell Peters. Tiana Philpott, first in history, first modern history, first society and culture, and diligence in business studies. Amira Powditch, diligence in hospitality vet. Billy Powell, diligence in dance. Morgan Power. Charlie Purcell, first in industrial technology, timber and furniture. Jasmine Ranabat, first in biology, first in English advanced, first in English extension 1, first in legal studies, diligence in science extension, Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award and the Southern Waters Legal Studies Award. I think Jasmine deserves a round of applause. Jordan Riborowski. Hayden Roberts. Alexander Robinson, diligence in mathematics extension 1. Sailor Robson. Luke Romain. Finlay Rowland. Tatum Roxburgh, first in visual arts. Harry Russell, diligence in construction vet. Philomena Sakamoto, first in food technology, diligence in modern history. Vincent Samet. Monique Saundry. Flynn Schofield. Joshua Simpson, diligence in English standard. Lachlan Sinclair, first in English studies. Indy Chai Sleeman. Toby Smith. Kai Spencer, diligence in geography, diligence in PDH. Anastasia Stombolia. Sarah Stanley Jones, diligence in design and technology, diligence in earth and environmental science. Josie Steege. Ava Stevens, Diligence in Industrial Technology Multimedia. Lucas Stone Street. Anna Thanos. Tristan Turnbull. Lily Turpie. Jasmine Waldron, Diligence in Business Studies. Braden Ward, First in English Standard. Zach Wasty. Brody Watkins. Lenny Watson. Lewis Watts, First in Engineering Studies, Diligence in Mathematics Advanced. Ryan Wellard. Meg West, Diligence in Business Studies, Diligence in Mathematics Advanced and Diligence in PDHPE. Taj Wicks. Sienna Wiggins, First in Entertainment Vet, First in Science Extension, Diligence in Biology, Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award. Sol Wilkinson. Ava Williams. Indiana Wood. Nelson Zen, Diligence in Biology. Natasha Zimmern, First in English Extension 2, Diligence in English Advance and Diligence in English Extension 1. Please give a big round of applause for our Year 12 2023.
Describe this cohort in one word.
Adventurous.
Special. Intense.
Memorable.
Interesting.
Eclectic. Diverse.
They think they're funny.
Fun.
Fun. Intelligent. Chaotic.
Varied.
A bit silly.
Iconic. Mixed.
How would you describe Year 12 in one word?
Pain. Bad.
Cold. Roller coaster. It was a nightmare. Stressful.
Dedication.
Eventful.
3, 2, 1, chaos.
No, what's a word that
Flow. Can't say it. Sexy. There we go. What, like curly legs?
Goofy. Fun. Grotesque. I think whack is a good word. Yeah, whack. Fun.
Frustrating, tiring.
Stressful. A roller coaster. Exhausting. Boring.
Who's your favourite teacher?
Mr. Jamison. Mr. Jamison. Mr. Well.
Miss Babunski, definitely Miss Lang.
Who's your favourite teacher, guys?
Mr. Maloney for sure. Mr. Drinkwater. Mr. Drinkwater. Scary. I don't have one.
What do you think about this, Mr. Miners? None of them said you.
There've been so many before that.
And do you guys have a favourite teacher?
Oh, probably not, hey. Yeah, no. Mr. Edison.
Miss Drinkwater.
Definitely Miss James. Mr. Miners. Mr. Miners all the way.
Probably Miss Dane.
Miss Dane, yeah. Miss Watts. Miss Babunski. Miners. Miss Tiller. Miss Allen. Shamrock.
Miss Cooper.
Why's that?
21. Miss Babunski.
Wow, Kelly.
Don't know?
I gotta go Patty.
Alright.
Miss Cleary.
Yep. I wish she was still here. Makes me sad every time.
Miss Hawthorne. The whole hizzy. But like Miss Lang.
Anya? Oh, is he?
Miss Roy. Sheldon. Babs. Miss Lydham.
Guys.
Miss Liners. Skeldad. Miss Breshaw. Lang and Dean. Lang and Koch.
Come on, please.
Patty. Miss Patty. Probably Miss Madden.
Probably Mr. Paddy.
Mr. Paddy? Oh, you got Mr. Welsh's PDH. How do you think he's going to feel about that?
Oh, he's a hot favourite, but I know Paddy for longer.
Right, okay.
Mr. Woo.
This is Cherry.
Mr. Franks. Franksy Spanksy.
Big Dog Jamie Cherry.
Nice. Gotta be Paddy. Nice. Mr. Sheldon?
Ibrahim.
No.
Ward and Lang.
Okay, sweet.
Mr. Ashton.
Toby?
Mrs. Madden.
Oh.
And
Mr. Corhu from Learning Support. Gosh. Mr. Moore. Miss Zuga. Miss Broshaw.
Yep.
Mr. McCorkadale.
Nice.
Mr. Woo.
I have to say Mr. Welsh.
Mr. Paddy. I'd probably say Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore? Who's your favourite teacher?
Anyone but Anderson.
Probably Miss Koch.
Me, Karen Paddy.
Karen Paddy?
Yeah, probably Karen Paddy.
what about me?
I'll go Mr. Barnett. And Mr. Burnett.
Miss Burnett. Boys and good. Mr. Burnett. Burnsy. Mr. Burnett. Mr. Burnett. For sure. 100%.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
What are you going to miss most about Cronulla High?
The canteen.
Yeah.
Soccer.
Soccer.
Gonna miss Mr. Burnett, actually.
Yeah,
Mr. Burnett.
Mr. Burnett. Mr. Burnett. Like, up top, Mr. Burnett. Yeah, Mr. Burnett.
Not seeing your friends every day.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the swimming pool that they said they were gonna be
Actually,
when I started here.
I'm missing you.
Yeah, the swimming pool that's been going on for 8 years.
I'll miss Miss Drinkwater.
Miss
Miss
Madden.
Madden.
Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore.
Mr. Burnett.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Who won't you miss?
Will Fisher.
Miss Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Yeah.
The office ladies. Oh,
yeah.
that
The amount of science.
And Aaron's mum.
I was gonna say.
I'm so excited to never see Mr. Kelly again.
Won't you miss?
Who do we hate? Oh my god. I don't know if she's still here. I was like, it is like a circus in here.
We can't throw it.
Hayden.
Jesse.
Yeah, but a lot. You seventh. Yeah. Oh my god. Jesse.
Do you have a favourite memory?
Probably jumping into a puddle for $20. That was good. That was a good $20.
Year 11 camp.
Well, we stole Caden's cookies out of his room.
No, it's got to be when all the teachers came in the Santa costumes.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
The colour run.
Colour run. Colour run was
Yeah.
there.
Being chased by birds in D block. Pretty memorable.
Ties versus no ties.
Pillow fights in
Year 11 camp.
Hayden jumping on a table.
And Hayden breaking the table. That was a year ago too.
Yeah, colour on.
Yeah, colour on.
That's actually really fun.
When Elise broke
to
my
absolutely-
father's nose. If you're watching this, I feel really bad.
Do you guys have a favourite memory?
Remember that time Spiros got rejected?
Memorable moments?
When Nash ate 6 donuts at lunchtime.
Okay, Cam. Yeah, you go. Pillow fight.
Yeah, pillow
Fight one night.
You fought a girl and lost.
I fought a girl and won hard. Pillow fight at year 11 camp.
Yeah, pillow fight.
Oh, that was good.
Jet back in year 7, him and Toby's little kerfuffle on the bus.
There's a video of that somewhere.
But the game that most important one, Irene night.
Just year 11 camp.
No, anytime year 9 and 10 PDH, Ruby getting kicked in the face. And her head rebounding off. And then Miss Barber saying, "You're not going to
Can you see that? In that room right there, A17, Miss Barber kicking the ball and hitting Ruby in the face.
You're not going to tell your parents, are you?
Your parents aren't going to call the school, are they?
I think Miss Barber is a great memory.
Funniest experience with a student.
Kai Gibbs literally posted on our Google Classroom the morning of your muck-up that anything but a bag meant that he was going to bring his 3-year-old sister. He took a photo of her in her car seat, and we all thought that was hilarious. But then he actually got here with a 3-year-old and walked into assembly.
My Year 9 Child Studies class, where there was a slap/punch in the classroom.
Hi Spencer on the giant swing at SRC camp.
Guys come in and I get a whole conversation with Miss Crick about you guys stealing her Easter eggs, and I get ridiculed and like, how dare you, and you guys are the culprits.
When Indy Chai Sleeman tried to quote a film for an essay when we'd studied a story, but ChatGPT didn't help her out this time. Swimming Carnival, when Eli dressed up as a biblical figure.
There's a song in maths that we have that's called the Circle Song. That Shelley Morton went home and covered it with her guitar, recorded it, but added a rap verse, and it was pretty good.
On my birthday this year, my Year 12s would think they're funny, made a life-size cardboard cutout of me and put it on the back of the door. It is still on the back of the door in the science staff room because we kept it.
Funniest experience would probably be being carried into the Year 10 recognition evening on the shoulders of some of the young boys, only for Miss Strady to stop us and yell at us and tell us, "Get down, get down, get down." Then she realised it was me and didn't quite know what to do.
My year 8 class faked dropping dead one day, but I can't remember why.
Alex Robbo's sarcasm every time gets me.
Favourite student, Natasha Zimmern. Least favourite student, Natasha Zimmern.
Mola did a roly-poly in geography.
And is when it was my birthday, a bunch of boys in my class decided to do a choreographed dance and sing happy birthday to me as they walked in.
Had an iconic 8C geography class, and it has been put on record that I have drawn a perfect circle. I remember being up on the board, drawing the circle, sort of turning around to face the class, and everyone sort of just staring blankly at me. And I'm like, oh, what's the problem? And lo and behold, there was a perfect circle drawn on the board.
Favourite science lab memory?
Morgan was speaking in year 7 and Mr. Brown pegged a pen at his forehead.
A chicken wing got chucked at me by Max McCarthy.
Oh my god, year 7. Putting the Bunsen burners on during evacuation. We got out.
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown.
Oh my god. Smashed a beaker once and he like had a full fit of me.
Max pulling books apart.
Do you want to explain the book pull apart with Mr. Brown?
Council pull books apart, and when we pulled the book apart and it broke, it was a surprise.
Who was your year 7 crush?
Jade, that was yours, mate.
Is it a teacher?
That was year 6, bro. That was year 6. Year 6.
Owen Riley. Caden Field.
Chris McKay.
That was primary school. That was.
Here's everyone. Oh my. Hi, Dad.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Tax evasion.
Hopefully with a nice job, a house, family maybe, yeah. Hopefully in 10 years I'll have kids and a house. And I can look back at this video and say, yeah, I have kids and a house now.
Traveling.
Hopefully a vet. Rich. Dating my favourite.
What?
Has been the best advice a teacher has given you, and who was it?
I just love how they keep reminding us to study. It's like we have those meetings and they're just like, guys, don't forget, uniform and study.
Oh no, Mr. Andrews, the old drama teacher, telling me that I was gonna have a heart attack if I continued to drink.
You drink a lot of coffee.
Miss Drinkwater's English is the art of
Never back down, never give up. Corky.
using acronyms for your essays. Miss Lefebvre told me. Just like anything Miss Precious says.
Advice for the future.
Be kind. Always choose kind. Be good people. We need more of them.
Do what you like to do.
Make good choices. If you worry, you suffer twice.
Be the best version of yourself you can be, and good luck.
Do what you love.
Adapt to the situation.
Keep reading.
Have a good social life.
Before you get.
Maybe don't email quite so much.
Fix the brick. When we say be true to yourself, and I think that's always important, but as well as that, you need to back yourself.
Learn from your mistakes.
Remember that you're on your own timeline.
Stay in contact with one another.
But you only get one life, enjoy it, be kind to people.
Focus on the path, not necessarily the destination.
No matter what you choose to do, make sure you have fun doing what you're doing.
It's okay to make mistakes, just not really big mistakes.
Find something that you like doing, that you feel good getting up in the morning doing.
I've been giving you guys advice for 6 years, so you should have been listening.
Don't forget where you've come from. Don't forget little old Cronulla High School. Don't forget each other, and don't forget me. And it'll guide you and stand you in good stead for the future. So always remember where you came from. Excellent. We are almost there. We've got a couple more awards though. We saved them till the very end to make sure that it really was 100% attendance and not 99.9% attendance. So hopefully these students are still here to receive their 100% attendance awards. If I can call the following students, I'm going to call you all at once. Claudia Baderick, Caden Field, Riley Fowler, Richard Gratz, Ida Gottfried-Dobson, and Natasha Zimmern. Claudia. Caden Field. Riley Fowler. Richard Gratz. Ida Gottvic Dobson. And Natasha Zimmern. Thank you very much. And that draws to a close our ceremony today. Before we go, a couple of quick housekeeping matters. As we exit, you'll need to use the gate, not the gate you came in, but the gate closer to the school. So as you exit, use the gate closer to the school. I want to give a couple of thank yous as well, or a big thank you to Mr. Osman, who has stepped in as I haven't been around and done a whole lot of work for today, as well as Miss Hadzanikidis and the office staff, who I'm sure have been working tirelessly. Miss Hollywood, who helped me out today with the emceeing duties, as well as everyone else who was involved behind the scenes making today happen. A big thank you to all of the families who've been here today. I know that we've had a few thanks along the way, but it really is down to you guys as families who've seen our students through to the very end to be able to graduate today. If I can ask our students to stand up. In just a moment, I'm going to ask you to grab your things and head out to your family. But before we do, there'd be no other way for us to finish our adventure together than with me saying bye for now. Bye for now.
Somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I've become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far. I Yes, I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been all around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Come on now.
Happiness